So let me ask you this. What happens when Harlem royalty, one of hip-hop's most unpredictable couples, and a Dipset legend collide in the messiest way possible? You get a leak so dirty it makes love and hip-hop look like Sesame Street. Chrissy isn't just crying, she's crumbling. Jim Jones isn't just mad, he's gone ghost. And Camron? Oh, Cameron's sitting back with a smirk like he's been waiting 20 years to press upload. But here's the kicker. Was this a leak, or was this a setup? Because the timing is too perfect. Jim was reportedly planning a surprise proposal, or maybe even a secret wedding, and instead he's walking out like he just realized the house was on fire. And let's be real, when has Dipset drama ever just been about music? No, this isn't just a love triangle. This is a Harlem soap opera with receipts, burner accounts, and a history of betrayal that refuses to stay buried. So buckle up, because by the end of this story, you're going to be asking yourself one question. Was Chrissy really Jim's ride or die, or has she been Cam's secret all along? Alright, let's break this down, because what we are looking at is not just another petty love and hip-hop meltdown. This is not Chrissy crying because Jim missed date night. This is not Camron throwing shade on Instagram Live. No, this is bigger, uglier, and more chaotic than anyone could have imagined, and the internet is feasting on it like a buffet. Chrissy Lampkin, Jim Jones, Camron, three names that should have been etched into Harlem history for loyalty and hustle, are now trending for betrayal. Secrets and whispers that have finally exploded into daylight. Chrissy Lampkin, the woman who flipped the script and famously proposed to Jim on national television, the bold and iconic move that made headlines, suddenly looks vulnerable, broken, and exposed. People have been wondering for years whether Jim was ever truly invested, or if Chrissy was trying to lock him down before he slipped away, and the rumors now seem disturbingly prescient. Jim Jones, Harlem hustler, rapper, reality TV star, unpredictable and emotional, has always been a man of extremes, defending loyalty one minute and melting down publicly the next. His complicated relationship with Camron, once best friends turned frenemies, has a history that now comes back to haunt them all. Camron, Harlem's own Mr. Pinkfur, the man who made the streets quote him as much as they envied him, is not just a rapper and entertainer. He is calculated, cunning, and patient when it comes to personal beef. When a leak drops from his side, it is never an accident and never without intent. And that is exactly what we are seeing now. Chrissy caught on video with Camron in what appears to be an intimate setting. Dim lighting, candles flickering, whispered voices, a setting that screams private and personal. And Chrissy looking as if she is confessing secrets she never intended for Jim to hear. The chemistry is undeniable, the body language suspicious, and then there is the audio. Chrissy's voice, raw, questioning, angry, and conflicted, asking questions no devoted partner should be asking, hinting at plans, backups, and contingencies that sound more like strategy than love. Backup plan indeed, Chrissy. Except it was with Jim's best friend turned long-term rival. This is not a misunderstanding or a misinterpreted moment. Camron is not denying, not scrambling, not tweeting fake news. Instead, he leans in, letting the leak simmer and watching the chaos unfold. Hours after the video went public, Camron tweeted a cryptic line that sent social media into hysteria, saying, "Some things should have stayed between us," which was never about Chrissy and Jim. It was about them. That single tweet poured gasoline onto a fire that was already raging. And Jim Jones did not react as most people would expect. He did not argue, he did not shout, he did not demand explanations. He walked out of a private dinner, turned his back on Chrissy, and has remained silent ever since. For someone as fiery as Jim, silence is louder than any tirade, and his disappearance speaks volumes. Clearly, he knew something, or at least suspected the betrayal long before the video surfaced, and walking away was the only statement he could make without breaking down. This scandal did not happen overnight. Rumors, whispers, backstage moments, and subtle signs have been circulating for years. Sly looks, inside jokes, and even lyrics in Camron's old mixtapes hinted at a connection between him and Chrissy that went far beyond friendship. Lines like "keep your lady close" or "she might end up with the ghost" now take on a whole new meaning, and the internet is digging through old footage, photos, and interviews as if they are hunting for proof that has been there all along. What we are witnessing is the unraveling of reputations, relationships, and a trust that was never as solid as fans believed. Chrissy's tears, Jim's silence, Camron's smirk, and the relentless social media speculation have combined into a storm that no one involved can escape, and the fallout is only beginning to make itself known. The chaos did not stop with the video leak. In fact, that was only the beginning as social media erupted, gossip pages exploded, and fans tried to dissect every single second of footage for hidden meaning. Every glance and every whispered word dissected like a crime scene. While Chrissy remained glued to her phone, tears streaming, desperate to explain herself to a world that was already judging. While Jim stayed silent, disappeared from view, and Camron sat back letting it all burn, which only made the speculation hotter and the conspiracy theories wilder, with insiders claiming this had been in the works for years. A slow-burning triangle of tension and secrets that now finally erupted, showing that loyalty, love, and friendship in Harlem's hip-hop scene are far more fragile than anyone admits. And the story only thickened when fake and real screenshots began circulating, some allegedly from old burner accounts connected to Camron, hinting that Chrissy had been planning this with him all along, or that Camron had been quietly keeping tabs, adding another layer of betrayal that made fans question everything they thought they knew. And then there were the alleged text messages. Screenshots claiming Chrissy and Camron had private conversations about what would happen if Jim found out. Lines like, "If this goes wrong and I got you like I always did," sparking debates across blogs, TikTok, and Instagram, making everyone ask if this was a premeditated move or just a private connection gone horribly public. And the speculation didn't stop there, because some so-called insiders claimed there were scenes filmed for Love and Hip Hop that never aired. Moments where Chrissy hinted at a deeper attachment to Camron. Moments edited out by producers for reasons nobody will ever know. And now fans were piecing together footage from years ago, comparing body language and voice tones. And suddenly things that were once dismissed as coincidences or playful banter looked incriminating, fueling the fire even more. And while some defended Chrissy, saying this was taken out of context, others flooded the comment sections, calling her disloyal, manipulative, and even strategic in ways that shocked casual fans. And brands and sponsors started reacting almost immediately, quietly removing collaborations, deleting posts, and issuing vague statements about trust, integrity, and values, signaling that in addition to emotional damage, there could be a very real financial fallout. And if that was not enough, celebrity reactions started to pour in. Yandandi Smith dropping cryptic tweets about karma and betrayal, reality stars posting ominous warnings about the consequences of secrets, while gossip blogs dissected old photos where Chrissy and Camron appeared unusually close backstage, her hand inches from his waist, his eyes locked on her, a moment that in hindsight looked like foreshadowing. And all of this combined painted a picture of chaos and manipulation that left viewers wondering if the entire situation was orchestrated for ratings, or if this was a genuine unraveling of personal relationships. And through it all, Chrissy's panic was reportedly so severe that insiders claimed she had breakdowns on set, crying in meetings, gasping and shouting, insisting she didn't do what people thought she did, while Camron remained eerily calm, occasionally posting cryptic tweets that only added more fuel to the speculation. And Jim Jones, the one person who could have provided clarity, stayed in the shadows, fueling rumors that he might be holed up somewhere, plotting his next move or simply trying to process the betrayal in private. And with fans, gossip pages, celebrities, and production crews all weighing in, what started as a single leaked video evolved into a full-blown spectacle, a narrative filled with suspicion, emotion, history, and receipts, leaving the public to debate, speculate, and dissect every possible angle of Chrissy, Jim, and Camron's tangled relationships. And by the time the dust settled for even a moment, the story had grown beyond a personal scandal into a cultural event, a cautionary tale about loyalty, secrets, and the explosive consequences when private drama meets public obsession. As the scandal continued to spiral, the fallout became impossible to ignore, with fans, bloggers, and insiders all speculating on what the ultimate consequences would be for Chrissy, Jim, and Camron. And while Chrissy remained in tears, allegedly refusing to answer calls and hiding from cameras, the public could not get enough, dissecting every video clip, tweet, and old photo for clues that might explain what really happened. And the narrative grew even more tangled when supposed friends and anonymous sources began leaking details about lavish parties. Secret meetings, and private conversations that allegedly proved the closeness between Chrissy and Camron had been going on for years, fueling debates over whether Jim was ever truly aware or whether he had been intentionally kept in the dark. And the social media frenzy only amplified the drama, with hashtags trending, opinion threads exploding, and even casual viewers chiming in with theories ranging from staged reality TV plot to outright betrayal of epic proportions. While industry insiders claimed that the production team behind Love and Hip Hop was scrambling to contain the situation, worried about ratings, lawsuits, and the reputational damage that could affect future seasons. And some rumors suggested that legal advisors were involved behind the scenes, reviewing contracts, NDAs, and potential defamation claims, because in Hollywood and reality television, a leak of this magnitude could trigger not only emotional chaos, but also serious financial and legal consequences. And as the drama unfolded, supposed text messages and voice recordings began circulating online, allegedly revealing Chrissy questioning her loyalty, discussing alternatives, and hinting at intentions that contradicted her public persona, which only intensified public scrutiny and speculation. And while some fans defended her, claiming that private conversations are not evidence of wrongdoing, the majority seemed convinced that this was a betrayal that went beyond personal heartbreak, affecting friendships, business relationships, and the credibility of everyone involved. And in the midst of the chaos, Camron remained unnervingly quiet, occasionally dropping cryptic social media posts that seemed to acknowledge the leak without ever taking responsibility, creating a sense of psychological chess that left viewers and insiders questioning whether he was the mastermind behind the timing, or simply a participant in a long-standing secret. And meanwhile, Jim's silence spoke volumes, with many assuming he was retreating to process the betrayal privately, planning a response or even considering severing ties permanently. And this silence only gave the public more fuel to speculate, creating a vicious cycle where every rumor, screenshot, and leaked message was treated as potential confirmation of a decades-long secret. While Chrissy faced not only emotional devastation but also professional consequences, as brand deals, sponsorships, and collaborations were reportedly put on hold or canceled, statements were issued citing integrity and trust. And insiders suggested that some companies were quietly removing posts, scrubbing content, and distancing themselves from a scandal that was quickly growing beyond anyone's control. And the cumulative effect of emotional breakdowns, public shaming, social media speculation, celebrity commentary, and financial fallout created a perfect storm of chaos that had everyone asking if Chrissy's relationship with Jim could survive, if Camron had ulterior motives, and whether the entire sequence of events had been staged for ratings, contracts, or personal revenge. And as new details continued to leak, old footage resurfaced showing moments that fans now interpreted as suspicious. Whispers about untelevised interactions between Chrissy and Camron added more intrigue, and the combination of past history, present scandal, and explosive revelations made it clear that this was more than just a love triangle or reality TV drama. It was a full-blown cultural event, a cautionary tale about trust, loyalty, secrecy, and the unforgiving court of public opinion, leaving viewers, fans, and industry insiders alike wondering who would emerge from the chaos unscathed and who would be permanently burned by one video that changed everything. So what do you think really happened here? Was Chrissy truly loyal to Jim? Or was Camron quietly playing a long game behind everyone's back? Could this have been staged for views, contracts, or pure revenge? Or are we witnessing a real-life betrayal that's decades in the making? One thing is for sure, the internet isn't letting anyone breathe, and the fallout isn't over yet. The screenshots, the voicemails, the leaked footage, the cryptic tweets, they are just the tip of the iceberg and no one knows what's coming next. Jim's silence speaks louder than words. Camron's smirk says it all. And Chrissy's tears have everyone asking if love, loyalty, and friendship in hip-hop can survive the ultimate scandal. Now it's your turn. Who do you believe? Is this all just reality TV theatrics? Or is the truth far messier than anyone expected? Drop your thoughts in the comments, call out what you think is the real story, and don't hold back. Smash that like button if you live for this kind of drama. Hit subscribe so you never miss the next explosive revelation. And turn on notifications because trust me, this story is far from finished. And you are going to want to see every shocking twist before anyone else.